Hello everybody, and welcome back to some more Pokemon Black 2, No Healing in Battle Revenge Rainbow Wedlocke. In the last episode, it was autumn, and we explored all that Driftveil City had to offer, including even going on the outskirts over here to Route 6 and exploring everything Route 6 has to offer as well. We have defeated every single trainer that we are capable of fighting at this point before entering the gym. So there is nothing left for us to do this episode other than to enter the Driftveil City Gym and take on the 5th gym leader of this game. And that's versus Clay, the ground-type gym leader of Unova. And even though our team is incredibly stacked and we've got some really strong Pokemon, this could very well be our final episode. And that's heart-wrenching to take because should we wipe against Clay, this series will be coming to a close, and I will not be continuing it. So that means this could be it. Clay is known as the Nuzlocke killer, and while I've personally never had a problem with him before, I've always been able to use items in battle against him. On my channel, I fought Clay twice since I've done Pokemon Black and Pokemon White too. And I've only lost one Pokemon to Clay. And I've never had a problem with him, like I said. Even when odds were stacked against us back in White 2, we still managed to take him down with minimal casualty. We only lost our Leavanny Frigga long ago, and this time, it's possible everybody dies. Gushers is a phenomenal lead for him. But she's got a partner that's weak to ground 4 times. If Gushers is to fall, I could see this entire team going down. I am terrified for this, and as excited as I want to be for an episode and for a gym battle, I'm terrified. I love this adventure, and this has been one of my favorite series that I've done so far to date. I've had a blast with it, and I believe in our team, I really do. I believe in R6 strongly, and I genuinely believe that we're going to get our revenge on this adventure. I don't think this is the end of the road for us. Now, it's interesting because this is the last major hurdle of this adventure. I don't see a scenario that we lose the challenge up until where we lost the challenge back in White 2 to begin with. If we can get past Clay without losing the challenge here. I believe in R6, and I hope this is an incredible episode for y'all to watch and isn't a sorrow end to what was great potential moving forward. So, with that being said, let's talk to Shane and see what he has to say out front the gym. He's asking us if we're going to challenge the gym, and he tells us to keep getting stronger, but warns us that Clay is tough. Even if I use water-type Pokemon, I might still be in for a rough fight. And that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Just be known that, even with Gushers, this is no guarantee, but I'm going to do everything I can to make certain that we do not lose against Clay. So let's enter the gym and talk to the main man, Billy, and try to get a little bit excited and not so sad at the start of this episode. Let's have fun with it and make certain that we can press on forward from here. So let's talk to this receptionist lady, and she's like, "Welcome to the Driftveil Pokemon Gym. In this gym, elevators are provided for your use." Isn't that awesome? I can't even sit on the bench. Next gen. All right, let's go downstairs in the Driftveil Gym and see what we have going for us here. And we can start that off by talking to the main man, Billy. There's Billy, the man that we have deemed to be named Billy, of course. Let's talk to him from behind and see what he has to say about the gym. "Welcome to the Driftveil Gym. This is for you. Some fresh water. Of course, as always, drink your water, everybody." What would you do if I told you that wasn't water? Hello! Gym Leader Clay uses ground-type Pokemon! Well, just between you and me, ground-type Pokemon aren't good against water-type attacks. They also don't like grass or ice-type attacks. Oh, and in this gym, the area you walk on will light up. Where you've been is a hint for where you need to go. That's very true. This is a very interesting redesign of a gym. I like the gym in black and white a little bit better. I liked how you scaled down. I thought it was a really cool use of the 3D, but in this gym, it's a pitch black maze of sorts. And, oh, I didn't want to jump on that quite yet. Okay, good. It's not going to spit me into a battle. I could fight with Marcus to lead, but I feel like my best bet here is to just fight everybody that I can with Gushers. It's really no reason for me to risk my Pokemon's lives, because if Marcus had to switch, Catherine's weak to ground. Let's make the gym trainers as easy as they can possibly be, because Clay is not going to be. If I'm gonna lose anybody this episode, which is very likely, I want it to be against Clay, not a gym trainer, so let's just play it safe, and the first one up is gonna be a ball toy. So this is level 34 ball toy. That's our level limit. That's ridiculous. The level limit being 2 levels lower than the gym leader's lowest level, well, the gym leader's highest level Pokemon is really interesting. I added that as a rule because I thought it would make the game a lot more challenging. I thought it would be really cool to add, and I've always had that in mind. But I had no idea that it would actually make a huge difference in challenge mode, because the Pokemon in challenge mode are, you know, equal to the gym leader's Pokemon, the lowest level ones anyways, and because of that, it makes so if you're not at that level because you want to be lower than that before you fight the gym leader, of course, I'm going to be lower level than the gym trainers, which is a really scary situation to be put in. I'm going to go ahead and give November the experience share just to go ahead and split the shared experience a little bit, because obviously our traded Pokemon from sequel claws like Gushers, Lau, Marcus are going to gain boosted experience, and just split that will make it so Gushers can fight more Pokemon in the gym. So one thing is that I would like to point out is off screen, before I started the episode, I played the stuff in the Joanne Avenue. And what did I get? I got... No, this is not the medicine bag. I thought this was the medicine bag. I got a PP Max. It's the 3rd place prize. And the PP Up that we got from the Joanne Avenue being the 4th place prize, I believe, actually made a huge difference in the last gym battle, and we ended up winning because of it. I wonder if the PP Max could do the same. I have no idea who I would want to give this to, or if I would just want to save it. I don't think Water Pulse is ever going to be an issue, and same with Rain Dance. I don't think I need any more Ancient Power, at least for this gym, and it's possible Lout doesn't survive past this gym anyways. So I'm not really entirely sure where I want to go with this. I don't think I'm going to need Force Palm power points. Detect is also a possibility, but I don't see myself needing Detect in this fight, since I don't have anything like Poison, of course, that I would want to stall out with. I'm just not seeing any moves that would make a huge difference for this gym, so I'm gonna hang on to the PP Max for now, I think. And if we ever need it in the future, we have one, which is really awesome. We have an extra one, which is just phenomenal to have. And maybe we'll win the Master Ball one day. How cool would that be? All right, with experience being split, let's go ahead and make the pathway to the actual gym leader first. And then I was going to look at this thing. If you do this, it'll go ahead and put you up in the air, and it'll let you view the overview of the floor, at least 9 tiles anyways, so you can see where you have been, where you have not been quite yet. Let's go ahead and talk to Worker Johnny. I'm guessing Johnny. I feel confident about it. You know, what's that, the theme song? He does, you know what I'm saying? It's not Johnny. Use him like a brat. You know what I'm saying? I like that show. Everybody hated Johnny Test, apparently. I'm the only one that just loved Johnny Test as a kid. Like, yeah, I get it. Okay, as an adult, the show is bad. But that theme song is so addicting. I'm addicted to all the things you do. No. Anyways, I just love that theme song so much. This guy has 3 Pokemon, and I got hit with Dig right off the bat, which is pretty scary, but at least we'll level up from knocking out this Drilbur. But I just loved it. I always loved his sisters, him, Dookie. I get it. Haha, real funny. They named the kid's dog Dookie. But either way, I've seen so much hate for that show on YouTube, like, over the past 2 years, and I'm like, what did Johnny ever do to deserve this? Do you guys know, like, if you're a big advocate for Johnny Test is horrific, tell me in the comments section why. I would absolutely love to know. I've never been able to figure it quite out yet. Sure, it's not that great, but there's a lot worse out there than Johnny Test. I've seen YouTube videos titled, like, Johnny Test the worst cartoon of all time, and I'm like, it was it though? Like, I can remember some pretty bad shows from when I was a kid, but like, if I say what shows I'm talking about, I'm gonna have an angry mob in the comment section like, that was my favorite cartoon. It's like, I'm 21 years old right now. I'll be 22 later this year, so that's about the age range. My cartoons that I remember growing up, like, I was even a little too old for Chowder. Maybe that's why I'm stepping into territory here. I consider Chowder to be one of the worst TV shows that was ever made. Maybe I just didn't get it as a little kid, or however old I was, but I hated that garbage. And it's like, all of a sudden, I don't know why I'm getting on like cartoon talks, but I find this really funny. Like 2 days ago, I was just sitting in my living room. This is a show that I never really watched very much, but all of a sudden, I burst into the Adventures of Flapjack theme song, and I'm like, where did this come from? I don't remember this show at all. It was like, a place called Candied Island. It's safer at the docks. It's like, I did that all this, I think that's what they say. And it's like, I said that out of nowhere, and I was like, what's come over me? I hated that show. It's like, I don't remember, I've probably seen 3 episodes. There's like no trainers this entire strip. I'm face to face with this man. I'm gonna do it with Marcus. You know, you gotta man up at one point in your life, and now's not the time. Karma doesn't have to man up. She doesn't need to be manly. She's empowered as a female figure. We played as Ross. It's Karma's time to shine. There's absolutely no need to tell her to man up. She can fight Tibor with whoever she wants, and it's not Marcus. I wanted to do it with Marcus because I was like, maybe he'll have a Sandile and a Krokorok. And I'd like to fight with Marcus at least once because I'm thinking I don't have a choice, because Gushers is about to hit level 34. And once that happens, I can't really use... Whoa! Are you kidding? Are you, like, ways to shut me up, right? Are you kidding me? This is actually incredibly bad, because this Drillbur is probably gonna outspeed it, and if it uses Dig and crits me, the crit will kill me, and oh my god, there's literally no worse thing that could happen to me. Alright, it's going for Home Claws. But I'm just terrified sitting here thinking, Sandile with a Crunch did that with a crit. What is Clay going to do to me? That really terrifies me. And I'm not feeling too confident about that. And what I was going to say is once I hit level 34, which is the level limit, I'm not able to pass that. And if I did, we are in pretty big trouble. And I can't really switch to Loud, because Loud's 4 times weak to ground. Unless I really needed to, because, you know, he's got Sturdy. He wouldn't die in a single hit, but, like, it's not my safest bet. I'll use Gushers until I no longer can, but I was just thinking of an interesting strategy that kind of goes against the whole 2 levels lower thing without breaking the rules. I could get Gushers, like, 1 experience off level 35, so she could get it in the fight after I knock out Krokorok, but the amount of difference that would make is so minimal, and it wouldn't sit right with me. It's not very ethical, I guess is what you would want to say, based on my rules, so I'm not gonna do that. Like, if she gets halfway there, and we're looking back, and nothing is gonna get in our way, you know that song, I scuffed it, it's Big Time Rush, but I loved Big Time Rush. What's up with these TV show references? But yeah, it wouldn't sit right with me. I'm not gonna do that. But if she so happens to get halfway there, well, then dang it. You spelled your name wrong, Neil. If she happens to get halfway there fighting gym trainers because the guy had 3 Pokemon or something, there's nothing I could do about that because I can't switch to Loud, like I said. And this is gonna be Gusher's last fight in the gym until Clay, because I'm guessing that's going to happen in this fight. He's got 3 Pokemon, unfortunately, for the experience. But I just wouldn't feel right doing that. I know there's some really cool strategies. I know somebody in my Discord server during a Black and White Wedlocke, I believe it was, had a level limit, and their strategy was having their Servine level up mid-fight and to a level that you couldn't get to with the level limit unless you started the gym battle. And by doing that, they replaced a move that they had set up with the previous turn and then used the new move to finish the fight. I think it was Leaf Blade. I'm not entirely sure. I don't remember what attack it was, but it was a really genius strategy, and it, you know, is walking on the thin line between ethical, like, obviously it's not against the rules. It's completely ethical, or unethical, but it's not against the rules. I wouldn't have a problem doing this in my personal time, but doing it in a series, I feel scummy, if you will. Like, I don't think I need to do that. I think if we're gonna wipe, that one level's not gonna make a difference, and I would rather stick with the rule set I made to the best of my abilities than trying to cheese the system, if you will. There shouldn't be too many trainers left, so it's not the end of the world if I fight this last trainer or one of the other trainers with Gushers, because, yeah, she's not hit 34 quite yet, and if this guy happens to have 3 Pokemon, she still won't get to 34, and it might completely do what I've been saying I don't want to do because of ethic reasons, but I'm not going to risk Marcus or somebody's life because Gushers might get a whole level of experience from one battle here. I have no idea of how many Pokemon these guys have. I'm guessing they'll only have 1 or 2, maybe 3. And maybe if there's 3, they'll be weak. I have the experience share on somebody, so, you know, I'm doing the best that I can here. And let's check this really quick. I know there's 2 trainers left, I believe. We fought oh, there must have still a lot. Like a lot of platforms. I'm not a big fan of this gym personally. It's okay. All right, what is this one? I believe it's just the top 2 rows now. Yeah, and this platform to the left of me has a trainer, but you have to go like up, left, and then down to get to him. So I guess we'll do him right now with Gushers, and then we'll fight the last guy, who I believe to be the last guy anyways, with, Marcus. I mean, Trixie and November aren't weak to ground. Maybe I do that. Yeah, I'm gonna leave this one with Gushers, though, just because she's not even 34 yet, and I'm gonna bank on this guy not getting her at least half, like, she'll be halfway to 35, probably. We're halfway there, right? Which, fittingly enough, yeah, Pascal, what's up? Fittingly enough, we're kind of halfway in the journey, if you will. Not technically speaking, but this is like a good middle marker, if you really want to look at it that way, because Clay is the last major hurdle that we have to jump over before we're pretty set to not wipe until Getsus. That's how I look at it anyways. Obviously, Drayden is a big threat. Marlin's even a really big threat as well, but Skyla not so much. I would like to think not anyways. Not as a wipe potential, and I can't really think of anything between now and then that would be wipe potential other than Getsus, and that's the revenge of this series. Sure, we want to win this series, that's the true revenge, but Getsus is the reason that we wiped in the initial White 2 Wedlocke, and I need to beat Getsus without wiping, and that includes without wiping before him. I've given it some thought, and if we end up losing the challenge, that is going to be it for the adventure, and I stand by that decision. But, like I've said multiple times, I really don't think we're gonna wipe. I have such incredible hope. I'm gonna lay it out for you. I like to be optimistic and have hope. Gushers and Loud are gonna die. I'm fairly certain that there's no route that they make it out of this fight. But I don't think we'll lose. I think Catherine and Marcus might die as well. Trixie and November might be the only 2 survivors. But I don't think we'll lose. That's a big statement. Obviously, a lot could go wrong, but I really have hope, and I'm glad about that in a way. I'm glad that I have some hope, because you really need to have hope in this type of challenge. This is the hardest challenge I have ever attempted, without a doubt, and it's funny how Clay has always been that one gym leader in my entire channel history, and just history in general of doing these challenges, that has always been called the Nuzlocke killer. But for me, he's never caused an issue. I can say that without a doubt. He's never caused me a problem. And this might be the day that he causes me an issue. And that issue could prove fatal to this entire series. I don't even know where I would go from there. I put so much work into planning this and getting it to where it is. I can't really imagine what it would be like to lose this challenge and have to do something completely different. Everybody's been enjoying it so much, and this is definitely the halfway mark for me and this series. This is where everything is laid out in front of me, and it's do or die. I'm frightened, but all I can say is I believe. I really do. Now, let's just really hope Trixie and November can fight these trainers, because I've been babying them, yeah, but Gushers is at the level limit. I can't use Gushers for these trainers anymore. One Pokemon frightens me. It's probably a Crocorock. Just a Sandile. All right, my huge fear here, right? Crunch crit from Sandile did like half of Gusher's health. 63 defense. What do you have, Trixie? That's not bad. I mean, they're both kind of the same health too. So like, I don't think it'd kill Trixie. I think we're all right. Now, it's been brought to my attention. Return and Stab Return and Super Effective Ice Punch do basically the same damage. Ice Punch is like 3 points of damage lower, but it can freeze the opponent. So I'm gonna go for Ice Punch. And we're out speeding the Sandile, which kind of shocks me. Trixie's not very fast, and we did freeze it, and we wouldn't have one-shot it anyways, and unfortunately, it unthawed the first turn, and we're speed-tied. And since it used to dig, that's just really not good, because many reasons here, actually. I could outspeed because we're speed-tied, and then I'd lose my turn. So in this situation, I think my best bet here is to switch, because November will outspeed, and there's no way that Dig will kill November. It's not super effective, because Bug resists ground, it'll do neutral damage, of course, and we'll outspeed the following turn and take it out. But it using the move Swagger there really draws to attention a fear of mine for Clay. His lead, from my memory, is a Krokorok. And Krokorok knows Swagger, I believe. This was, yet again, another move spoiled to me by my Discord server in the comment section, kind of like Energy Ball with Elisa. And this one doesn't really matter, because I don't think it's going to change my play. It's scary to me, because I think I'm going to have to go into the Swagger and pray to God. Because I think a Person Berry would be my worst case scenario, because then what, right? So I think I need to go with healing instead of getting rid of confusion. So I'm scared for sure. I've got a lot going through my mind, but I've got a lot of time to think about it. We have one more trainer to take down, and then I have to train all my team to level 34, which, like I've said multiple times, this genuinely could be the end of the road for us, and the last time I train in this playthrough. Now, I know you guys might be thinking, Corm, you say speed tie all the time when it's not a speed tie. You say, was it a crit when it wasn't a crit? You say, we're gonna wipe, or we could wipe, when you're not gonna wipe. Are you just saying this for show? I'm genuinely not. I really am not saying that just for show. This is a real nail biter. I'm sure a lot of you guys that have done Nuzlocks may have struggled with Clay in the past, and I worry that this might be my time to struggle with him. I hope we can just one-shot this Drillbur too, because it's been Hone Claws, and I'm not happy about that one. Not quite. We didn't freeze it either, and I'm not outspeeding it. So, we'll switch to November. My thought process is it might use Dig, right? And if it does, I can protect. So I'll use November for this one. I just don't want to get hit with whatever it's going to throw at Trixie. And if I switch into the Dig, then I can protect, and nothing happens. Then I outspeed, take it out. Slash. That could kill November here, actually, with a crit. Or, no, it couldn't have. See what I'm talking about? I do that a lot. I overestimate things, but I'd rather overestimate things than underestimate. It's definitely the safer route in these challenges. Always be wary and always be cautious. I know sometimes it can be fun to be reckless, but that's normally when the problems arise. And if you think about absolutely everything and weigh out all of your options, normally things go a little bit smoother for you. And, you know, if you get hit with a tackle and you know it's not going to kill, and you sit there and you tell yourself, oh my god, if this crits, it'll kill. Well, for one, that's commentary. And for two, I'm actually terrified all the time. So, you know, it comes with doing these challenges, and I don't want to lose my team. I love my Pokemon. I don't want to edit the death scenes. Like, there's a lot that goes into it. A lot of emotions sitting here recording this rather than just playing it in my own time, and I hope you guys sitting at home know that as well. Obviously, hindsight is always 20/20, and watching a video of something is so much different than actually sitting here and recording it. Because if you guys were doing a Nuzlocke and you wanted to think about what Clay was going to do, you could literally sit there for an hour. I can't. I have to make decisions. I have to move forward. I'm recording this as a show, and I need to make it as enjoyable as possible to watch, even if it means stretching the truth a little bit or overreacting. And the overreacting is 100% just me. It's not on purpose. I'm a nut, basically. But anyways, guys, I have to get my entire team trained to level 34, which is the level limit for Clay. 2 levels lower than his ace of Excadrill. and I have to really contemplate all of my options. I have to weigh out everything, think about any strategies that I possibly can. There's a lot riding on this, and one wrong decision could be the end of this entire adventure. I cannot stress that enough. So, Gushers is level 34. I gotta get Lout, Marcus, Catherine, Trixie, November, all to the level of 34. And we'll probably go ahead and put the experience share over on Catherine. Yeah, and then give Lout something. What do you want, Lout? I have no idea what you could use, bud. Take the Quick Claw. Sure, for now. I'll go through all of this when I prepare for the gym, of course. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode so far, and I hope you guys enjoy the music, and I hope you're looking forward to the fight of our lives. I could be overhyping this, and this could go very well, or this could actually be one of the craziest fights that's happened in a long time. No Platinum Pokemon from Sequel Clause can join the box. Up until this point, we won't be able to do that until we get a Pokemon at level 38 for the Master, our Wobbuffet. So, with that being said, I'm gonna get to training. I hope you guys enjoy the music, and I'll see you when I'm done.
I'm holding on, if almost gone. Someday I know I'll finally make it through the gates. Just have to wait. You whisper to me, there's no maybe. There's only time for dreams even greater. I hear the call, and I close my eyes to see even clearer. I see it all. I know that we can go higher if we keep our faith, if we keep our faith. Sometimes I'm like a whisper in a riot, but I grow stronger, keep believing in me. Say you're believing in me. You're believing in me. Say you're believing in me. You're believing in me. Still holding tight through every fright, 'cause sometimes I can see through the echo of every day, always the same, until you take a step and let go. You told me that the shades turning brighter, I don't know how. You showed me every heart is a fighter, time is now. I know that we can go higher if we keep our faith, if we keep our faith. Sometimes I'm like a whisper in a riot, but I grow stronger, keep believing in me. Say you're believing in me. You're believing in me. Say you're believing in me. You're believing in me. Say you're believing in me. You're believing in me. Say you're believing in me. You're believing in me. There's only time for dreams even greater. I hear the call, and I close my eyes to see even clearer. I see it all. Say you're believing in me. You're believing in me. Say you're believing in me. You're believing in me. Say you're believing in me. You're believing in me. Say you're believing in me. You're believing in me.
Alright guys, after about an hour and 15 minutes, I finished training and doing everything I wanted to prepare for this gym battle. And I've been giving this an immense amount of thought, looking into my Pokemon and the moves that they can get and what I recall Clay having. I was saying I feel like I believe in my team and we can do this, but the more I review this and look at what I know, I'm certain that we're gonna lose. Like, I'm actually very certain we're gonna wipe. Half of my team, actually 4 of my Pokemon, couldn't get any attacks that aren't resisted by Excadrill. Half of my team does not have a move that is not resisted by Excadrill, and they can't get one. There's a Pokemon on every single pair that just can't hit Excadrill, even neutrally, without using Dig. Dig's not an option. He has Earthquake. So, that puts me in a dark spot, and I've been thinking about something that you're able to do in a Wedlocke challenge. Something I've always been against. To replace a Pokemon in a Wedlocke challenge, a Pokemon has to die. Or you can bench a Pokemon for good and release it to the wild. This is something that I have always said I would never do. And if I were to do it, I don't think we'll wipe. It would be putting one Pokemon aside so we could add Cacti Jack to the team, and Clay would be fairly clean cut, and we would probably just lose that one Pokemon. That's trading 1 for potentially 5 or 6 in the entire challenge in itself. I would have to release Lout. I've given this an immense amount of thought, and I have decided that I would never do that. That's not me. I'm a huge fan of Survivor and Big Brother, and those games involve a lot of strategy, and I know I reference them quite a bit, but I always told myself if I ever played those games, I would never do whatever it takes. I would never just do nothing, basically, and get to the end. I always told myself I would rather go home really early, having tried to do something and failed, rather than take the easy route out, do nothing, and get second place. And I feel like releasing Lout would be like taking second place. Sure, we could lose this entire challenge right now by not doing so, but if I make this move and we don't wipe, even if we lose our whole team, what a show that is. And I never gave up, and I never will. I would rather lose this entire challenge right here than release Lout or any Pokemon on my team for no reason at all, other than to better my chances. That's not anything I'd ever do. And I hope you guys respect that decision, even if it means the absolute worst happens here to us today. I have my entire team prepared to the best of my ability. I have my entire team trained to the level of 34, which is our level limit, which is 2 levels lower than Clay's ace. I'm really nervous because I feel like we're guaranteed to lose the challenge here after looking into everything that I know and the Pokemon that I have and the moves that they can get. I'm very nervous for this, but I'm all about awesome fights, and even if we get brutally massacred here today and lose, it was way better than wimping out and getting rid of Lout. I'd never do that, and I know you guys knew that. You knew as I was talking that that would never happen, I'm sure, if you've been here for a while. But I had considered it as an option, because by doing that, Gushers would be able to be paired up with Cacti Jack or Maractus, and that would give us basically the perfect Pokemon pair to defeat Clay with. Because while Gushers is good, I don't think she can do it all by herself. And Lout is 4 times weak to ground. I have a lot of options that I have sifted through. A lot. There are so many different items I could give my Pokemon. And I hope the items that I chose were the best ones. I really hope that I make it out of this fight alive. I expect guaranteed no matter what, there will be multiple deaths in this fight. The main thing for me is I just want to survive it. Even if we make it out of this fight with one Pokemon remaining. It's happened before in the 5th battle. I want to be able to go on. I don't want our revenge to end here. Several times on the channel, maybe 3 or 4 times throughout my entire channel, there's been fights that I've been so worried about that it actually gave me physical stomach pain and stomach cramps, and this is one of those fights. I'm fighting through the pain to talk to you guys right here because I'm really scared and nervous for this. But we've got to do it. We've fought every single trainer that we can up until this point in the game, and there is nothing I'm allowed to do right now other than to fight Clay and get this show on the road. 4 gym badges, 3 deaths being elusive, Sade and Sonora, and 38 hours game time later. This could be our final fight. There is no need for words now. There's nothing that I can do other than talk to Clay, see where the cards fall, and hope that we are given the chance to carry on. This is one of those fights that it takes one stroke of bad luck and it's all over. I hope we get to see the good side of karma today. And I hope I don't have to pay for anything that I've done in my past. I feel like releasing Lout would have been some really bad karma, and I'm not about that. We're good karma. And I hope that means we win today. So let's talk to Clay and get this fight underway. Let's do it. Kept me waiting, didn't you, kid? Alright, time to see what you can do! Time for the 5th gym leader of our Pokemon Black 2, Rainbow Wedlocke, versus Clay, the ground-type gym leader of Driftvale City in the Unova region. And it's challenge mode, and first up is Krokorok. It's a ground dark type, level 34, and I need your help, Gushers! This fight is entirely on your back. If, for some reason, you can't do this for us, Trixie, November, Marcus, Catherine, and Lau will die. And our challenge will end. This is all on you. So, Krokorok, I believe, is going to use Swagger. That is the worst case scenario for this fight. I'm fairly certain that it will outspeed me. So like I said, any bad stroke of luck could end us right here and now. Swagger can miss. And I need it more than ever to miss me with Swagger on turn 1. It's happened before, and I've never needed it to happen again more than I do right now. Gushers, get rid of Krokorok! Sandstorm! That's incredible! Oh my god! That's like the best luck I could get! Knock it out, Gushers Water Pulse! That's gonna help Team Odon! It doesn't damage them! And we took Krokorok out! This is the best start possible and Swagger wasn't a threat! I'm so glad I didn't prepare for it. And next up is Onyx! Beautiful! Because that's the only thing I need Lout for! This is starting excellent and I hope it continues to go this way! Gushers, get back! You've done incredible so far, and Lout, it's your turn! Show everybody why I did not need to let you go! You can do this, buddy! Next up is Onyx, his challenge mode exclusive, and it's level 34 and a rock ground type. I don't have very much to do here, because all I have to attack with is Ancient Power and Iron Head. The issue with this is, I don't know what's gonna do more. Ancient Power's resisted, Iron Head is super effective, but Iron Head's physical. I'm gonna go with my gut and rely on Iron Head doing more. We might be able to outspeed Onyx, as weird as it sounds. And if we do, that would be great, but if not, I have something prepared just in case we're not fast enough. I want to get rid of Onyx immediately. Rock Slide. Okay, that's better than a ground type attack, but it breaks my Sturdy, which doesn't make me comfortable because I don't have the leftovers. I have something else. Iron Head Lout. I hope the item I gave him wasn't a mistake, and we crit, which is really good. This Onyx knows a move that you guys can see on the layout. It's Explosion. There's no way it kills Lout. But it might use it. I hope he wastes his item. And he did. All right, he's going to use a Hyper Potion on Onix. This is as good as this could go. He might not have one for Excadrill now. Iron Head, Lout! And since the first was a crit, I don't think... Yeah, we needed the crit, actually. That's not too good. I hope your item takes effect. And it didn't. And we get hit with Rock Slide. It's not the end of the world, but it has broke Sturdy first, like I said, which could be the end of the world for his next Pokemon if we needed Lout at some point. But if Lout has to fight anything other than Onix, Lout's dead. And there comes the explosion. Tick, tick, boom, indeed. We 4 times resist it. If it kills us, it would have killed anybody. I have to take it. Come on, Lout. Yeah, I didn't think you'd do very much with that. I just had to be safe, right? All right, next up, the Sandstorm subsides, and that's not great. But I guess it would have helped Sandslash with Sand Veil, so I'm glad that it wore out when it did. Clay kind of cornered himself by using a Hyper Potion because it gave me the time to let Sandstorm wear out, even though I wasn't thinking about it. That's all I need you for, Lout. If you have to come out again, it's your time to go. I hope that's not the case. Gushers, it is your time to shine once more. All right, Sandslash is fairly quick, I recall. I don't know what it could know. I need to go into his next Pokemon with Gushers being in as good of shape as possible. I need to be taking as little damage as possible, and I know they have low special defense. I think I'll be able to one-shot it, and I hope that that is the case. Hone Claws is incredible if we one-shot it. This is the best luck I could have ever had. If you one-shot, Gushers, Water Pulse! We did! With a crit! I don't know if it mattered, but if it did, that could change the whole game! This might not have been as deadly as I thought! Gushers, there you go! Level 35! And next up's his ace, his strongest Pokemon, and the thing I was worried could kill every one of my Pokemon, one by one. And it's Excadrill! We could not be in as good of shape as we are right now for this Excadrill. We might have avoided calamity, catastrophe, everything. But it's not over yet. Excadrill is his ace. It's a steel ground type, level 36. And Clay tells me there's no hard feelings, but he's very stubborn. I am too, Clay. Most Pokemon players knew they were in trouble here, and they would have released their Bastiodon without thought, because they want to win. I want to win too, but I want to win with integrity and with care for my Pokemon, and I was not about to let Lout go just to have a better chance. I believed in my team, I believed in my luck, even when it looked grim, and if we can't beat Excadrill at a full health Gastrodon, we weren't meant to do this without death. Gushers, you've got to hit it as hard as you can. Rock Slide could make us flinch, which is a really bad thing. And we did flinch. Oh no! That's really bad. I said one bad stroke of luck could end it all. We had great luck at the start and throughout the whole fight, but one flinch could end this whole run for us. Slash is pretty good, but it could crit me. And it didn't. Water Pulse, Gushers! I don't think I'm gonna one-shot it. You've gotta confuse it right now. We one-shot it with a crit! Gushers, that mattered without a doubt. That could have saved our entire challenge. Gushers, without a doubt in my mind, you deserve one of these. I needed you there. There's no way that was gonna one-shot without a crit. And if it were to use Rock Slide, flinch us, slash, crit us, this fight was over. I prepared extensively, and while it wasn't necessary, I'm glad I did what I needed to do. Gushers had our back the entire time, and she made certain that we did not need to use everything in our arsenal. Great work, girl! And that's it for Clay! Holy crap! I'm so glad that we had that luck without those. We crit twice. It might have mattered for Sandslash and Excadrill. I have no idea. And every hit point mattered. Oh my god, Gushers. You have really proven your worth here so far. You helped us when we needed you against Elisa, and you helped us when we needed you against Clay, and you deserve your spot on this team more than ever, and so does your partner Lout. I would never separate you two just for a better chance at a win. We did need it, and we never will. That's it for Clay. Holy crap, that couldn't have gone better. That just genuinely couldn't have gone better. You might be like, Clarm over-exaggerated. No. Anybody with a brain with Pokemon knows I did not over-exaggerate that. turn 1 swagger, hurt myself, we're done. It used Sandstorm against the ground type. I don't know what happened there. And then I crit twice and one-shot 2 of his biggest threats. It could not have gone better. We had the luck we needed, and there's somebody looking out for us somewhere. Somebody that wants us to get our revenge. And with beating Clay, we get the 5th badge of the game. And that's the Quake badge. There we go. I always think of a very inappropriate name for this badge because this game came out when I was like, what, 13? I don't know. But yeah, there we go, the Quake badge. Oh, holy crap. And with our 5th badge, Clay's gonna give us a really good TM, and that's TM78, Bulldoze! We now have a good ground type move that a lot of Pokemon can learn that is not Dig, which is good because Dig takes 2 turns, and it's pretty unreliable because it takes 2 turns. And what's great about Bulldoze is it lowers the opponent's speed. It could be integral to some strategies in the future. Oh my god. I was so sick with worry that we were going to lose to Clay. We did it without a death. Oh my god. Oh my god. I saved my Pokemon. Gushers, you're so good. You saved our team. You saved me from so many hours of editing. And yeah, I guess I'll go over what my strategy was to begin with. We'll be hatching mystery eggs in the next episode. There goes all the viewers. Anyways, Gushers had a Chesto Berry. That was what I was talking about items. Citrus Berry, Chesto Berry. Citrus Berry is immediate. Chesto Berry heals more if I get the chance to do so. It was a risk, but I felt like it was my best case scenario, Chesto Resto. And if we needed to do that, it was there. And if I needed backup, Loud had the Quick Claw. Who knows? Quick Claw, Iron Head Flinch? You never know. Marcus had the Eviolite, of course. Catherine had the Air Balloon. In case we needed, I could attract on the turn that they break the Air Balloon, and who knows what could have happened. Trixie has Fire Punch. I got rid of Ice Punch for Fire Punch because without that, 4 of my Pokemon would have had no neutral affecting attacks on Excadrill, so I had to have something just in case. With a Lumberry, just in case. I was for Chesto Resto, but just in case some other status move happened to come into fruition. The Lumberry's from Join Avenue, of course. And November didn't have anything good, but I gave her Attract over Protect because you never know. I was literally prepared for anything, and I'm so glad that it didn't come down to that. It could have been disastrous. But Gushers made certain that we would not have to pull out all the stops. Insane work, you guys. I'm so glad that I would never take the cheap way out and release Lout. I never would do that. I can't imagine myself doing something like that. And I'm not calling anybody out that it does do that. Like, if you need to or you feel you need to, that's you. You know, it's your playthrough. But I'd never do that. I feel like it's much more rewarding to win with the team that you have. And I try to think about it like Survivor. Like I said, I just recently watched a really good season that I've never seen before. And one of my favorite players of all time from that season, and this all time in general, could have just, you know, rode it out to the end and probably got 2nd place. But instead, they made a risky play that ended up winning them the game. And that's how I would always want to play that. Play Pokemon in everything I do in my life. I'll never take the easy route out. My famous saying is there's always a route out, but it doesn't necessarily have to be the easy one. The hard road is much more rewarding. In my opinion, of course. So, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It was... I don't even consider that anticlimactic. I think it was insanely good. Like, it doesn't have to be a wild roller coaster like Elisa or some channels, or some fights on my channel. It can be incredible with critical hits and a saving grace of a Pokemon and be just as good. I don't think it was anticlimactic. I got very lucky, but I prepared everything and I was just as worried as I should have been. So, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And if you enjoyed that fight, do not forget to crush the like button. It helps me out so much. And if you want to see more Pokemon Wedlocks like this, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of all future uploads for this channel and this series in general. And in the next episode, we're going to start it off by hatching 2 more mystery eggs now that we've beaten Clay. And then make our way through the Chargestone Cave. Wait, no. Pokemon World Tournament, and then maybe some Chargestone Cave. We'll see. But yeah, we get to go to the Pokemon World Tournament now, which is really cool. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. And my team and I, Team Toxic, Team Thunder Punch, and Team Odin and I, we'll see you in the next episode. Until then, I'll see you guys then. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah, Gushers!